Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Edna and Harvey, the Breakout. And when last we left off, we figured out how to forge Dr. Marcel's signature. And all this practice around me makes me curious of something. Can we use the ability to sign Dr. Marcel's signature to write on everything that we've already written on? We can! Ha ha! The doodling continues! Doodles upon doodles, infinite scribbles, unlimited mayhem! There are a few more things that we can draw on here. Like the chair. We've already written on it once. Why not twice?
Loser.
I'll let you get away with that misspelling. After all, you are a spelling champ. And finally, let's write on the cabinet. Marvellous. You may have noticed that I'm not pressing the use button. Someone informed me that if you left-click something in your inventory, it defaults to use, which will save me a bit of time, though I can't guarantee that I'll always remember that. Before we move further down and find more things to write on, let's go back to our room, because if you recall, there are a few things in there that we can write on, and also, somebody there had a spoon. Maybe we'll be going to get that spoon at some point. I doubt it somehow, but we might. Now let's see what happens if we try and sign this with Dr. Marcel's name. Granted, there's not much space on these anymore, but we could probably squeeze in a tiny signature.
No, those are my cushions.
That they are, Edna. Never let anyone take them away from you. So we're not going to be signing any of them. What about the table? Are you as attached to the table as you are the cushions? Clearly not. And I doubt you care if you sign the chair or not.
Dr. Marcel was here.
I doubt he was sitting on it. It's not very good at being a chair anymore. And finally, the door.
This is my door.
Fair enough. We'll see if you say the same thing when we're on the other side of the door, though, because we will be passing it as we head downstairs. Let's go. I don't think there's anything we can really sign on the roof, so we're going to ignore that. And head out. We can't access the room that Babbitt's in, so we'll carry on down the corridor and try our hand at signing the outside of the door. If it will actually let me do it. There we go. I'm surprised you consider this not to be your door. You do realise that this is just the same side of the same door, right, Edna? You may not. Let's go down. And see if we can sign the potted plant. Now there's a thing. Can we do that? We can! But more importantly, can we sign the water dispenser? We just put X's. That's an improvement. What about the trash can?
There's no room for an autograph.
Fair enough. Let's get out of here. There's one thing I do want to try. Maybe we can get an autograph to stick on the towel dispenser. It's worth a go. But while we're here, let's compliment that smiley face with a signature. There we go. Much better. Alright, you. Round 73. Can I sign you and have it stay?
Darn it.
It was worth a try. Also, those are faces, and none of them are especially happy. I've only just noticed that. Let's keep heading down. Unless there's something in here I can write on. There is! There are two things I can write on. We can write on the, dartboard. Also, sometimes it doesn't actually let you, use things if you click on the inventory without pressing use. Curious. There we go. One thing written on, and then the coffee machine. That was a very small version of a signature there. You're really good at doing that. It's almost like you have a knack for forging signatures. It's because you do. Down we go. There are more things that we can write on as we make our way to the place that we have an item that we can use in. For we have a signed form. And that session for video game designers, we needed a form for. And we happen to have one. Let's pop into here quickly. Because we can use the ability to sign signatures on this pillow, I imagine. Yes, we can, and that's pretty much all we can do in here. Or all we really want to do in here. Was there something we could do in here with doodling? There was! We could use this switch here, so let's see if we can further augment it. We can! Now it's Dr. Marcel's switch. To be fair, it always was, but now everyone will know by just looking at it. Look how helpful Edna is. Down we go. Nothing we can do here. Ah! There's a plant here, though, that we can use. And we could sign the chair. Marvellous. That has been signed. Now, the chair. We shall make it into a work of art, and we will sell it for millions. Or we won't be able to sell it for anything, but hey, we've written on it. I'm amazed that they thought about, hey, you can write on things twice. Okay, now we've made the face sinister. I like that. I like that a lot. Before we make our way over to the area with the therapy session for the game designers, we're going to check out everywhere else first. And write on everything, of course. Like this doormat. Marvellous. Now, what are we going to do with this one? Because this one is far back. We did something, though I can't make it out. It's just too small. There was nothing we could do in here. So we're just going... No, wait! Not true! There's one thing we can do. We can write on the laundry bags again. This is obviously critical, and will ensure that we succeed in this game. Our success is now assured. With that done, let's leave. There are some games where that actually would assure success. And the guides will say, did you write on the second laundry bag? If you didn't, then you're doomed. Fortunately, I don't think this is one of those games. And there was nothing we could do in here concerning the doodling. Do we get a different bit of dialogue if we use the signing rather than just the pen here?
No, this should stay clean and intact.
Fair enough. Let's get out of here and make our way over to that therapy session. We could also probably further augment the picture of Dr. Marcel that's hanging there. There was nothing we could do with signing here, though there may be something we could do with it there at some point, just not right now. Now we could write on that, so let's see what happens if we write on it even more. That's amazing. It may just look like a few tiny lines, but we all know that she just wrote Dr. Marcel's signature there. We all know. Now, we've already done a lot to this, but I'm curious about what else we can do. Yep, that seems about perfect. Now, we're going to save before we go in here, because I don't know what exactly is going to happen. I do have a hunch, however, and I prepared something in advance just in case that's the case. The only way we'll find out, of course, is to go in and say, hey, one of those forms that you needed to get months ago, I've got it signed. Don't ask how I got it signed.
Very interesting, Mr. Pokey. And is this happening? Hold on. Yes, why don't... This is the group therapy session for video game designers. If you don't have a signed registration, you can't attend.
I wanted to see if there was any different dialogue there, but there isn't. There will be now, though, for look what I have in my hand. Just what I need to join all these people. There's even an empty chair for me. How handy.
I have a signed registration.
Very well then. Please have a seat with the others.
Can do.
Okay, if everybody's ready, would you, as a new member of our group, like to begin, please?
I've no idea how this works, so I'm going to wait and watch for now. It's a good thing the game had this focused by default.
I'd like to see how all this works first.
Very well then. Let's proceed from where we were before we were interrupted. Pokey, would you introduce yourself once again?
Yeah, alright. My name is Pokey, and I had the nerve to believe I could design an adventure game in just a few months with just a handful of co-workers, and at the same time draw over 100 backgrounds and all of the animations for my graduate thesis.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
I was always picked next to last during gym class.
Next to last. Very interesting. Next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a chicken?
Ochre.
Ochre. I see. The case is clear. You are suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Whew. Thank you. I think I'm cured now.
What? That's supposed to be the therapy?
Why don't you give it a try? It really helped me a lot.
Are we ready now?
What we? You mean me? Okay, why not?
Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself to the group?
If that's necessary. Hello, group.
We have a lot of options here, and I see a lot of them are the ones that we discovered when we checked out those files. It's a good thing I took note of their favourite pets and the order they were picked in gym class. But let's start first by introducing ourselves as ourselves.
I am Edna Conrad.
Yes, I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
Now, I've no idea which order we were picked during gym class, but we could pick this one.
I always got locked up in the basement.
In the basement. I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a turnip?
A turnip? Who has a pet turnip? And how many different coloured turnips are there? Clearly, we're going to pick this one.
Mocha octarine, polka dotted.
Polka dotted mocha octarine? Well, well. The case is clear. You are constantly trying to tell me fairy tales. If you're not willing to work with me, I can't cure you. You'd better leave.
Puh, who needs her?
We probably do, Edna, because I think the solution to a puzzle is going to be found by answering for the various people we found on the files. But I saw there was an entirely fabricated person there on that list, so I'm going to try that one next and see what happens.
30,000 lines in the first act alone. What was I thinking?
Very interesting, Mr. Pokey. But please hold on a second. Yes, what can I do for you now? Do you want to sit in with us once again?
That I do! And don't worry, Pokey. It all turned out okay in the end.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Please take a seat with the others again, will you?
Okay.
Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
Obviously, with this person, whoever they are.
I am Flatula Buzzletwine.
Ah, I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
Certainly.
The Aztecs always ransack my fridge at night.
The refrigerator. I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a haddock?
Now, we don't have Haddock on our list of pets that we got from the file, so clearly, we're gonna pick this one.
Eggshell.
Eggshell. Well, well. The case is clear. You are constantly trying to tell me fairy tales. If you're not willing to work with me, I can't cure you. You'd better leave.
Puh, who needs her?
Not surprising, that outcome. Let's start going through the people that we have on the file, beginning with the top and going down. First one, Bee-Man.
30,000 lives.
But please, yeah, do you want to?
That I do.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
Of course, we are the person in the bee suit. We're only guessing the person's in a bee suit. We haven't actually met this person yet.
I am the man in the bee suit.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
Consulting my notes, I know that he was always picked first.
I always got picked first during gym class.
First, I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a cat?
Ah, this is not the pet on Bee-Man's file, but it was on somebody's file. The answer is red.
Red.
Red. Well, well. The case is clear. Your father was a beekeeper. One day, he forgot you in a beehive apiary. You could never forgive him for that. From then on, you've been expressing your resentment by wearing a bee costume. That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'll always be with you.
If we were Bee-Man, apparently we'd be cured. Fortunately, we're not. So we're going to move on to the next person. Adrian.
30.
But please, yeah, do you want to sit?
That is a lot of voice-acted lines. A lot of them.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
Let's introduce ourselves as Adrian.
I am Adrian, king of the recreation room.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
We were always picked second, of course.
I was always picked second during gym class.
Second, I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a dog?
Green.
Green.
Green. Well, well. The case is clear. You've been struck by lightning. You have to be on top of everything all the time and everywhere. This desire is so deeply seated that your subconscious has developed precognitive abilities. Why don't you just let go? Not everything has to be subject to your control. Lightning is one of these things. You don't have to feel insecure or helpless because of this. That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'll always be with you.
That one was rather in-depth. Maybe we'll be using that knowledge to solve another puzzle. But we still have 3 more to go through. Let's now do Drogglejug.
30,000.
But please, yeah, do you want to?
Of course I do.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
Drogglejug.
Drogglejug.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
I'm sad that Drogglejug is not there as another option. But we always were picked third.
I was always picked third during gym class.
Third, I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a goldfish?
Why, blue, of course.
Blue.
Blue. Well, well. The case is clear. There is nothing wrong with you. A slight speech impediment and a habit of balancing sofa cushions on your head doesn't make you insane by any measure. You're no different than the others. Keep that in mind. That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'll always be with you.
3 down, 2 to go. Next, Peter.
There, but please. Yeah, do you want to sit?
I'm surprised she's let us keep sitting down and declaring that we're someone else. Maybe she thinks that by going through this over and over again, she'll be able to cure us of whatever's wrong with us. If anything is wrong with us.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
We, of course, are Peter.
I am Peter.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
Peter was always picked next to last.
I was always picked next to last during gym class.
Next to last. I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a rat?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow? Well, well. The case is clear. You are suffering from a bipolar disorder. Your depression is amplified by the fact that it's your birthday today. Your negative attitude probably stems from a seaside vacation in Maine, where your sandcastle was destroyed by an asteroid. Ever since then, you've been convinced that all the world is against you. That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'll always be with you.
An asteroid? What are the odds of that? Exceptionally slim, let me tell you. 1 more to go.
30.
But please, yeah, do you want to?
Just 1 more thing.
That's what I'm here for.
Very well. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself once again?
What? Again? Well, all right.
We only have 1 more option that we haven't tried. Let's use that one.
I am Hottie.
Oh yes, I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
She really doesn't sound that interested in hearing what we have to say, but apparently she can very quickly deduce what's wrong. The answer for this one is that we were picked last.
I was always picked last during gym class.
Last. I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a pony?
It's the only one that we haven't selected yet. Black.
Black.
Black. Well, well. The case is clear. You are deeply irritated by the fact that you are inseparably joined to your Siamese twin. You fear that you'll never be able to live your own life. This makes you cynical and bitter. Talk to your brother about these feelings. Who could have a better chance of understanding you? That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'm not going to leave you.
That one was different. I wonder why that line was different. But either way, when we come back, folks, there's only 1 more thing we can really do. Try to leave. That's really not going to end well. And I've just noticed that there's a tiny hole here. Does an even tinier mouse live in there? Or is that something that got chipped away in an accident somehow? We may never know. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.